Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Yo,
all around the world. I'm your boy, Steve. That's Deb. Hey, tonight is the Moxies, the first annual Command This Awards Show 2023. We're bringing it in hard all year long. All we heard was Moxie, 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 Moxie. So what do? We created our own Moxie Award. Pete, to the thumbnail. Command This, the Moxie. So today we are giving out the Moxies. We got a whole bunch of crazy categories going on. Some make sense. Some are pretty straightforward. Some aren't. So do what you want. You know, we like to appreciate those who are already in the chat. Our boy Deuce Red Zone in the lab. Thank you very much for joining. Chris McDaniel, you are in time, brother. And those who haven't done so, please go like and subscribe. My boy Deuce over at Red Zone in the lab. Check out his YouTube channel as we kick this thing off. So, hey, once again, here we go. So tonight, we're giving away awards. And how are we going to do that? Let's introduce the show. Yeah, a little bit of unorthodox for you. So yeah, we had a lot of good awards to give away tonight. We're not doing a standard intro. This is episode 183 for us. Command This. We're calling this the Moxies. So let's come out the gate swinging. First award, we're going to call it F It, Terry Down There Somewhere Award. So the F It, Terry Down There Somewhere Award. This is an award. You know, all these awards, call them how you want to put it. You can award whoever you want to give it to. You can justify it. You can twist it. You can, put it in any bin you want to. So just because we classify it as one thing, you can classify it as something else. But the best F It, Terry Down There Somewhere Award. This one originated from Taylor Heineke having his eyes closed and just throwing these 50-50 balls all year long. And you know what? The receivers bailed him out multiple times. So the first award coming up will be the F It, Terry Down There Somewhere Award. And so what I want to know while we're giving our awards, I want you guys to put your awards in the chat. So for me, I'll start out and I'll pass it to Dev. This award, the F It, Terry Down There Somewhere Award, is not to Terry McLaurin. To me, this is to Curtis Samuel. If you guys remember the Vikings game where he threw into it was 2nd and 7. We were at the Minnesota 49. He threw into triple coverage. And this is when the referee ran into Hunter Smith, the safety, Harrison Smith. And Curtis came up with it. That was a horrendous throw. But that dude just heaved it up, gave it all the moxie he could, and Curtis came down with it for the touchdown. So to me, I'm giving my nomination for the best F It, Terry Down There Award goes to the Curtis Samuel Vikings triple coverage play. What do you have, Dev?
What's the Carolina game this year?
No,
hold on, not the Carolina game. I'm trying to think of the one I'm thinking of. I wrote them down. Sorry, bad phone here. But there was a play. I know he threw it that it was to Terry to beat. It was the Colts.
It was the Colts at the end of the game.
That's what I was thinking of. I knew it was the colors. The Colts where he threw it up and Terry caught the ball at the end of the game, whenever. Yeah. That would have been my fuck it, Terry's up there somewhere.
That's the one.
Moxie Award.
That's correct. That's correct. Yes, he did so. That was actually a good one. Marcus Edlin joins. What's up, family? Marcus is the founder of Sports View 2 on Facebook. Please go check out his Facebook page. Deuce says same play, the Curtis Samuel play, but the ref gets the award from me. That's kind of true. You know, we kind of could the ref who hit Harrison Smith, because you know what? I think if the ref didn't hit Harrison Smith, that catch to Curtis Samuel would have happened. I mean, that's my personal belief, but
that's correct.
Chris McDaniel says that interception that Terry intercepted. Which play is that? I'm trying to remember that play. Is it the play where The Dallas game where he came down simultaneous with the receiver and he just kind of ripped it out of his hands. Is that what you're talking about, Chris? That's a good one too.
See, that's what I thought. The Colts game where he came down with two guys on him, right? It was Terry.
Well, that one was also he did it in the Cowboys game too.
Catch versus Colts.
He did do it in the Cowboys game as well.
Man, they're just showing me every catch. I don't want to see every catch. I just want the last catch.
Yeah. Anyways, Chris says Colts game. Yeah, Colts game.
Yeah, Colts game. I think
that was the same play you were talking about, Dev.
Yeah.
So we're kind of stuck 2-2 with 2 for Curtis Samuel play and 2 for Terry at the Colts game. So I'm not sure who we give the award to.
Man, what's the name? Caught the ball. Terry McLaurin on the Colts caught the ball on an all-pro cornerback at the end of the game with 27 seconds left.
That's true.
That's a hard one to overcome.
Yeah, that's fair. So maybe we should give the award to Terry versus on that Colts game because you're right. That was
the award is named fuck it. Terry's up there somewhere. It's got to go to Terry. You know what I'm saying?
And the winner is Terry McLaurin.
We got budgets now. We got sponsorships and shit. We got sound effects.
We got sound effects. Terry McLaurin gets the fucking Terry down there somewhere award.
Hey.
Yeah. There we go.
I like to thank the Academy.
Chris makes a good point. There's so many contested catches, we can't figure out which one it is. You know why? Because it's Moxie, bro. It's Moxie. All right, category we're calling it. What is Scott Turner doing? What is Scott?
I'm going to answer that now. I don't even have to look at my list. I know the answer. The answer is Scott Turner on 3rd and 1 takes Brian Robinson out of the game and proceeds to run on 4th and 1. Was it 4th and 1?
Yes.
It's 4th and 1. Took Brian Robinson out of the game and ran Curtis Samuels up the middle for no yards. And we lose the game, basically.
That's what he does. That's what he does.
That is that Minnesota?
So many games. I don't know which game.
No, the one where he gave it to Curtis and took Brian Robinson out of the game and then ran Curtis up the middle.
He also did it with Jonathan Williams. It was
yeah, but at least Jonathan Williams is a fucking running back. He handed it to a wide receiver, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't think of the game. I'm horrible at this, guys. I'm sorry. But I remember the game. Curtis Samuel up the middle for a loss.
So you're going with Curtis Samuel in the middle instead of passing to a running back. I'm going with, I kind of underviewed it. I think it was at the San Francisco game. It was at the end of the first quarter. Actually, I'm giving it, you know what? I retract that statement. I'm going an entire drive with a Scott Turner doing award. At the end of the first quarter against San Francisco, I'm going to rattle off some things here. I have it on my phone, so excuse me for looking at my phone, but I'm going to do this while I read this. At the end of the first quarter, we have the ball, okay? And we get the ball with 5:20 to go in the first quarter on our own 15. So we drive down the field. First quarter ends. Going into the second quarter, we're still driving. We have a Taylor Connicky pass to Jahan Dotson for 11 yards. Brian Robinson run. Gibby run. Taylor Heinicke pass to Jahan Dotson for 25 yards. Brian Robinson run. And when we get down to the 5-yard line with 11:43 left in the second quarter, listen to this sequence of plays, Dev. On 1st and goal, Brian Robinson rushed to the right for no yards. 2nd and goal from the 5. Brian Robinson rushed up the middle for 4 yards. 3rd and goal from the 1. Brian Robinson rushed to the left for no gain. 4th and goal on the 1. Antonio Gibson rushed to the right for no gain. Like what sequence of plays is that? You went 85 yards and got stopped at the 1. Be a damn professional football team and punch it in. Like, seriously. So I picked the whole sequence of plays for that one. It was so annoying. That one really irked me because I felt like we should have scored on that way. Deuce says the flea flicker from the opposing 35. Which game was that? Was that in the San Francisco game?
Nah.
Somebody help me out here.
I'm
trying to remember.
Was it the first Dallas game? Am I tripping?
Deuce, when was that flea flicker game, bro? I'm really struggling to remember. I remember.
What about Ryan whenever he went for 2-point conversion when we didn't need to go for a 2-point conversion?
Well, I mean, this is the Scott Turner.
That's true. Well, maybe it was Scott Turner that did it though.
Yeah, well, you never know.
Scott Turner made the play, right? The play design was Scott Turner.
I mean, he enabled Scott Turner to call that play. So I don't know.
Scott Turner gets some moxie for having
yeah. Welcome. Phil has joined us. Welcome, Phil.
Traffic jams and walking boot be damned.
Yes, here we go. Monty Montez, what's going on? Welcome to the award show, bro. We're giving away the Moxies. The Moxies this year. We've already gone through the best fuck it Terry down there somewhere award. Phil, we gave it to Curtis Samuel for the Colts play.
Would have been my choice.
I think that's what, we kind of all agreed on. And now we're on the What is Scott Turner Doing award. Dev gave it where he gave Curtis Samuel the ball on 4th and 1. I did a whole sequence of drives at the end of the first quarter of the San Francisco game where we get all the way down to the 1-yard line and just get stuffed 4 plays in a row and we don't punch it in. One of the reasons why we probably lost too. Chris McDaniel says 3 passes in a row from the 2-yard line on a possible game-winning drive versus Tennessee. Yes, that's a good sequence.
That's mine, actually.
Is it?
That is mine. It was either that or the Curtis Samuel run on 4th down that Dev picked. Those were the 2 that I immediately thought of.
So we're torn between 2 awards, fellas. So we either got to give it to
I'm going to say
we got to give it to Dev's,
since Dev's choice was my number 2 for this. I mean, I think that puts it over the top.
Okay.
I went about my award selections all around, so I've been basically just winging it.
But you know what? The plan is there is no plan. Yeah. So the Moxie for what is the Scott Turner Doing award goes to Scott Turner handing the ball off to Curtis Samuel on 4th and 1. You could have picked a numerous amount.
You could have left Robinson in and snuck it with Curtis Samuel from the 1, and it'd been a better play. Like you could have left Robinson in and gave it to a receiver. I understand that one. Like, you try to fool us, but you took the running back out and ran the receiver up the middle 4-yard. Yeah. I don't know,
man.
Hey, Rod. How's it feel, man? You're still a Commanders fan, huh? You're gonna get all the Commanders are going to the Raiders. All the shit that we have to worry about is coming to you, buddy.
He's your passing game coordinator.
Quarterback.
So.
Turner, at least a coordinator.
We know he wants to be he wants to pass the ball. So now the thing that's funny is that Derek Carr is probably out of there, but you know who's probably going to follow?
Taylor Heineke.
It's going to be Taylor Heineke, baby.
I don't think he's going. I don't think a passing game coordinator will have that much pull. I don't think so, unless they're desperate for a. They like Jared Stidham, the guy they trade. McDaniels is the Patriots guy.
So he's not the OC.
No, he's the passing game coordinator.
What does that mean?
Mick, forget his name. He was the OC in the he was the offensive coordinator. Mick, I forget his last name, came from the Patriots to follow Josh McDaniels. They also traded for Jared Stidham at the same time, so I think they're in on Stidham. And I don't know if Scott Turner has enough pull to get Taylor Heineke as a backup. I don't know. We will have to see. All right, next award. They leave Washington and then they ball out award.
Trent Williams.
Throughout the season, we've heard all kinds of people. If you're following on Facebook, if you in the Redskins Commander space on Twitter, if you're in spaces on Twitter, people are always talking about, oh man, I wish we didn't give away, fill in the blank. He's balling out now. In reality, usually those people aren't balling out. They just might do something to make them stick out from time to time. But so we figured we came up with a award called They Leave Washington Then Ball Out Award. So Dev already said Trent Williams. Trent Williams is also my nominee, but not because he didn't he actually is balling out since he left Washington. It's very rare. Players usually don't leave and ball out. Let's be honest. They don't.
He punched a nigga at a playoff game.
He did.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, he punched a nigga in our
Ground to the
playoff
ground.
game. He
it
punched.
was
He slapped
very-
one in ours. He slapped one
reminds me
of
of
us. Slapped Sherman.
the Richard Sherman play.
Yeah.
You don't mess with the silverback.
You don't lose in the
at the end of
playoffs
of a
to
playoff game.
you don't beat Trent Williams in the playoffs and not leave
No.
him unslapped. You know what I'm
You do
saying?
not.
You know what's
Look at the
funny
five
is that
fingers straight in the face.
I love everybody who says
Unity.
Trent punched Richard Sherman and didn't knock him out. He's soft.
You slapped him.
He slapped them. Just like all the new
Bro.
I mean,
stuff
although
going
I've
on.
seen slap the slap
Richard
fighting-
Sherman's a man himself. All right.
Yeah.
He's out
Yeah,
there. He
yeah,
plays
yeah, Richard
football.
Yeah, Richard
He's not
Sherman-
afraid of contact. All right.
Richard
A lot
Sherman's
of
a big
people who
dude,
say
too.
that would have been folded by that slap.
Yeah.
He had a helmet on though.
He did, but still the concussion from the slap of the helmet, I mean, like it can rattle your brain inside that helmet. So
It's
all right,
Yogo
I
Fire with the slap said it or PE Honda.
said, yeah. So I said Trent Williams.
Trent Williams.
Yes, the it
Brandon
is
Sheriff made
unanimous.
All Pro too, didn't he?
He did. That could
Right.
have been a nomination as well.
I didn't find him that impressive.
But
down in
his PFF
Jacksonville.
numbers were not
were-
good. I don't know if he made All Pro or not.
We
But
were
I think he
blowing him
did.
up. We blew him up yesterday.
yeah,
Or not yesterday, but week 1.
we Deuce says Eric Flowers. Oh,
Oh.
wait a minute.
Hey man,
And
I don't
the
feel
voice
bad
of
because
Ray
he
J,
didn't even get a job. Like, that tells you something.
which is makes you wonder what is Ron doing? Why
Cam
why
Reddish,
did we
Cam
not
Reddish can get a
sign?
job. And
Why
Eric
didn't
Flowers
31
can't.
other
Eric
teams
Flowers.
sign him? We're not the only ones who needed guards.
He probably wanted too much money. I think it came down to money.
He
probably
wanted,
some money.
yeah. I had that feeling.
Yeah. All right. The award for They Leave Washington Then Ball Out goes to Trent Williams, the silverback on the San Francisco 49ers. He should still
Could
be in
we-
burgundy and gold.
Could
We
we
messed that up.
have? Could we have given it to a coach?
You could have given it to anyone you want. You could have given it to a mascot. These awards are whatever you want them to be.
Damn it! I could have gave
So,
it to
you're
Shanahan.
saying when Major Tuddy goes somewhere else, we're going to put him in the award
You
next
sure can. 2024.
Could have given it to Shanahan, man.
You could, which Shanahan? Kyle?
Yeah, could have.
You know what? You
Coach of
actually
the
could
year.
have.
Coach of the
That
year
would have been a good
probably.
one. You said Eric Flowers had a season-long hangnail. All right. The next award we're calling, well, the team tried. Take it however you want it. This is so we had many different things throughout the year the team did. Starting off 2-2-2-2, rolling out as the Commanders. We saw the hype. What is it? I don't even know what they're called. The hype squad, the command force.
Command
We
Force.
saw the reduction of the marching band. We saw the launch of the field. We saw the launch of the stuff in the stadium.
Mhm.
We saw what else did we see?
Yeah,
We
but
saw
a
the
lot of
launch
that was good.
uniforms. It was good. It was good. That's why it's called Well the Team Tried Award. We saw a multitude
So,
of things.
I know
So
my
I'm-
answer already.
No, hold on. It's the team
I'm
tried.
going first.
Hold on. Let's face it. This is a question I have for the Academy here. Was it the team tried, or the team tried and the fan base shit on it anyway because that's what they do?
Brother,
Nah,
it's
nah.
however you want to interpret.
All right, my answer. I'm going to answer first.
All right, Dev.
Sean Taylor mascot or mannequin.
That's what
lack
that's what
thereof.
mine was too. And at the end of the day, I know it's not as big a deal as us fans made it because the family helped design it. They had a lot of input. I just think fans were expecting more, but at the end of the day,
that motherfucker's dope.
it's all about what the family wants. In my opinion. Yes, we all wanted something different, but it is what it is. So Dev and I are saying Sean Taylor. Well, the team tried Sean Taylor. That's Yeah.
Me too.
okay. Oh, you too. I figured you would be something different.
No,
Chris-
because
Chris said the same
because here's
thing,
the thing.
man.
I honestly think they tried.
Ton and Brandon.
I just honestly don't think the fan base is going to embrace anything except what they put in their heads.
Right.
Man, that shit just
Yeah.
spray painting his picture of him taking his helmet off on the top of the dome on the next stadium and be done with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe they're waiting for something more permanent on next stadium. Dude
I
says
mean,
signing
everybody
Brandon
expected a
Sheriff.
statue
They
because
tried.
JP Finley used the word statue,
Yeah.
and the team never said statue.
They never did. Statue never once came out of the team's mouth. It was
Damn you,
It's
JP
a
memorial.
Finley.
memorial installation.
Yes.
Anybody ever wonder what JP stands for? I'm gonna ask him that on Twitter and see if he answers. What's JP stand for? It's like what's the L in Samuel L. Jackson
Jean-Paul?
stand for?
Jean-Paul?
I don't know. I mean, that's what JP.
John Paul
That's what JP stands
Finley.
for. With the
That's
junkies.
it now. I don't give a shit what his name is. It's John Paul Finley from now on. Man.
Hold on. I'll bet you he's got a Wikipedia page.
Jonathan Paul Finley. Let's call it
No,
that.
it's Jean Paul. You gotta say it like you French, nigga, like French toast.
That's JP
Jean-
for the
Jean-
junkies. Is
Jean
Jean Paul.
Paul. Oui.
Jean-Paul Finley?
Paul.
Jean-Paul Finley?
Jacques Lavoux Paul Finley.
Jacques Paul.
Jacques.
Paul. Jaquavius.
JP Finley does not have.
Hey, I had a brother-in-law, my ex-wife, her brother, his name is CJ, and the CJ stands for nothing. It's just CJ. So
Why?
I mean,
Because it was Tuesday.
yeah, hey, it happened. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
JP Finley does not. Hold on. Does not have a Wikipedia page.
Jeremy Paul.
Is it?
No, it's Jacques.
Joseph
It's
Paul.
Jacques.
Paul.
Jacques. We gotta give him a Penelope or some
Paul.
shit.
It's
Jacques
Paul
Penelope.
Finley.
No, Penelope.
Jacques Penelope Finley.
That's it,
Stamp
JP
it.
really. Jacques Penelope.
Jacques
Or
Penelope.
Penelope. No,
Penelope.
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 All right. Well, the award for the team tried goes to the Sean Taylor Memorial. We'll see how that one turns out later in the season.
Perpetuated by Jacques
Yeah.
Penelope Finley.
I got his name. It's James Patrick.
James
That's very
Patrick.
anticlimactic, by the way.
James
James
Patrick Finley
Patty.
Jr.
Junior, JPJR. Okay.
Jimmy Pat.
All right. Next play, the worst throw of the year. This one was difficult. I really struggled to find the worst throw of the year because there was a lot of bad throws. Phil, this was kind of your category, so I'll let you start this one off.
My
I struggled with
worst
this one.
throw of the year, and with Taylor Heineke at quarterback, there were a lot of those. But I would say the interception he threw against the Vikings, where he had two men open, and he threw it to three open Vikings.
Ooh, I remember that play now.
I
That was
do remember
rough.
that too.
That was rough. Okay. What about you, Dev? Do you have a nominee for the worst throw of the year?
Yeah, easily. Dak Prescott to Fuller for a touchdown. Worst pass of the year.
No. Let's talk about the sequence of plays on that. It was
I tried to
almost a
bamboozle.
pick six on one play.
Yeah.
Doesn't get it. The
He
next
gets on
play
the next
right
play.
after,
Against the
it's a
big six.
daggone pick six.
Never seen that in my life.
I have never
He
seen
threw
it either.
the exact. It was like a mirror image of the throw right before it.
Yeah.
It's like you never.
if
You
we're
couldn't
going-
even get that in Madden.
If we're going our team though, that Carson Wentz screen, in the Browns game, I mean, what happened? What's happening right there?
Marcus said, I think Beamish called JP Finley James Patrick one. So it is James Patrick. I still like Jacques Paul
Jacques Wentz,
Jr. So maybe we wrote
Wentz,
that.
Pentalope.
Nathan Perry, Nathan Trevin Stoner from Ref the District says, like and subscribe. Thank you, sir, very, very much. We appreciate you joining. Chris McDaniel says Jake Paul, Jake Paul Finley Jr. Nathan's worst throw, the one that Cole Turner extended and injured himself. I will say that because Taylor threw it high and got him injured. Taylor got a
threw
lot
to
of
the
people
right.
injured.
Taylor
Yeah.
threw to the right and threw it high. Now, what did I say about midseason? I said Taylor Heineke misses all of his throws to the right.
Yeah.
And if I'm telling you guys, go back and watch. When he misses worse going middle to right.
Deuce. So, Dev, did you say the screen pass in the Browns game, Dev?
Yes.
Because okay. Deuce said it, Resident Lab said it too. Carson Wentz screen in the Browns game toward the end, straight to the ground. It's like, what are you throwing at? What are you throwing at? It reminded me of I don't know, had a little bit Donovan McNabb flavor towards the end of his career when he was on this team. Remember how he would like short balls like 10 yards just straight into the ground? Kind of gave him a little bit of those vibes.
Let me tell you something. Donovan McNabb is single-handedly responsible for poor aeration of FedEx Field for a decade because he burned all the worms that would have been digging the tunnels underneath to allow that field to aerate.
Sure did. Well, that's 2. I think we have ourselves an award winner.
What was yours?
The screen pass. I was gonna go back to the Curtis Samuel triple coverage Vikings ref knocks over Harrison Smith. At
least he was throwing to somebody. In my case, he had 2 guys open right in front of him, and he just threw it down the field.
The play you're talking about, Phil, reminds me in Madden when you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna throw it to square," and you hit circle, and it goes completely wrong. Dude,
I was gonna pick every pass that went through in the Giants game. Like you could tell in the Giants game as soon as it started.
You mean the
like
Browns game?
The outs were going into the ground.
The Browns game?
Was it the Carson Wentz game where they replaced?
No, he replaced them in the 49ers and balled out. Then started.
Yeah, I'm talking about the next game. It was
and
the
then sharded himself.
Browns.
He sharded himself the following game. Okay, so we're all 3 tied. Like we all have 3 different throws. So we need someone in the crowd. Well, actually, Deuce and Dev both said the screen pass. So there's your winner. The worst throw of the year.
We show highlights, but we like to stay monetized.
That's right. Goes to Carson Wentz throwing a screen in the Browns game. It went straight into the ground.
Is it bad?
Can we do it with no sound? Is that how it works?
Is it bad? I recognize our announcement music from what little mobile game that's from.
No.
That dun 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 dun.
I don't say it out loud. We're gonna get monetized.
I have no idea, bro.
If you're someone who plays, some of these mobile games that are popular. If your kids probably play it, I play it because my son got me into it. If you know what it is, drop it in the chat.
Do it.
Play it again. Right. Play it again.
Next category, the worst penalty of the year. I think we're all going to have the same ones. If you have something different, I'd be very happy to hear it, but I think we're all going to have the same exact one. Phil, let's start with you. Worst penalty of the year.
Terry now on the line.
Yeah, that's the one. Dev.
What?
Worst penalty of the year. I'm also going to go with the Terry Giants game, end of the game, on the line.
Oh, yeah, putting his hand out for the fucking on the line.
I'm good, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
You good, bro. You good.
That definitely wins. That 100% wins. Him checking with the ref and saying he's on the line of scrimmage when he wasn't.
Yeah.
That was lame.
Nathan says the Curtis Samuel no calls right there, too. What? Refresh my memory. Which no call? Oh, no, he's right. That's a good one, too. The meme that's everywhere where he's getting bear hugged in the end zone where it should have been.
Pass interference.
Yeah.
I would have put that except for the fact that was not a penalty and it should have been.
Hey, these awards can be taken anywhere you want.
I took it as penalty that was actually
Nathan,
called.
Genius. I like it. That was a good one. If I could
go
back in time, I would have chose that one. I didn't even think of it like that. I was thinking too far in. I think my brain went right.
I was thinking of both of those. Those were my two. Two back-to-back plays.
Chris McDaniel has the same one. So that's
almost like the Glock Dookie Award or something. That shit. He did. I did give him the Glock Dookie Award for that.
You gave it to the refs.
I definitely gave him the Glock Dookie Award for that shit.
You, sir, have won a Glock Dookie.
Hey, that's a real Draco, by the way.
No, it's fake. What are you talking about? It's an airsoft gun. Yeah, that's right. That's a good call. Yeah, Giants. The hug meme. Yeah. So we all 3 said Terry. We had 2 in the crowd that said the hug meme. We're kind of torn. If someone else chimes in the next 5 seconds, we can give it to that one. But if not, we will give the Moxie Award for the worst penalty of the year to the Terry off the line. Going once, going twice. The Moxie for worst penalty of the year goes to the Terry McLaurin play. Actually, it goes to the referee who signaled to him, "You're good, buddy. You're good." We know he probably had it on the under for the game, so that's what I'm just gonna say. Yeah, Deuce comes in at left field with the line of scrimmage play.
Yeah.
All right. Next category is the biggest display of athletic ineptitude. So think about ineptitude. Think about a time where something happened in the game where you're like, damn, you're in the NFL, like you're chugging along, or there's probably only one sticks out to me, but
which one sticks out to you, Steve?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
So my nominee for the biggest display of athletic ineptitude is at the Chicago Bears game when Carson Wentz runs a read option. I swear he was running for like 20 seconds and he only went 3 yards. And then he gets tackled like on the 5. If you watch that, I wish I could show the play, but if you watch that play, I swear he runs for like 20 seconds. It seems like 20 seconds, but he only gains like 2.5 yards. And he's just moving at slow motion. To me, that's the biggest display of athletic ineptitude.
What about Heineke when he can't get a quarterback sneak for inches?
That's a good one. There's probably at least 10 of those throughout the year that you could choose from. Okay. So I got Carson Wentz on a read option in the Chicago Bears game. Dev has Taylor Heineke on the numerous up the middle quarterback sneaks. Phil, what do you got?
I have Bobby McCain covering a deep ball.
Ooh.
Man, Bobby McCain wasn't that bad. Y'all gonna quit the Bobby McCain and I'm the worst at it. I was the worst
as long
at
as the play is in front of him. If the receiver gets behind him, he cannot turn around and run.
Bobby McCain made more plays than he lost last year for us, man. Bobby McCain was a plus positive for us last year. I'm going to give it to him. I slandered that dude and I slandered Holcomb all season before the season started. And when Holcomb wasn't there, man, I missed him.
That's fair. So one for Bobby McCain, one for Carson Wentz read option. And what's yours, Phil?
Deuce may have beat us all.
Deuce said Dax Milne every time he has a 20-yard hole, he gets 6 yards. I got him for another category coming up. That's actually a good one.
Least athletic is what we should call this Moxie.
There is one later called the least clutch player, and there's another. Yeah, least it's the same thing, least athletic. But so we got Dax Milne. I had Carson Wentz on his giraffe leg running RPO. Dev has Taylor Heineke. What was yours, Phil?
Mine was Bobby McCain on covering deep balls.
Well, let's come up with agree.
How about every time that Thomas tries to block at tight end?
That's a good one too.
That's a good one.
Can't do it. You can't do it.
Or anytime Martin plays center. Like there's a lot of.
Hey, Chris McDaniel has one. Any play Bostic was in.
Man,
that's a good one. These are all good.
Another thing, Bostic played better than what's his face, man. Mayo. Like the thing is, Mayo is cool. Like in open field making a tackle, Mayo's cool. But if he ever has to make a decision on which hold to attack,
right?
Yeah, he's a fucking.
So I don't know who to give this award to. I really don't. Maybe it's a draw. Maybe we don't have a winner.
I like the Dax Milne one, man. I might have to go with.
I like Dax Milne too.
Yeah, Dax Milne.
He is an unathletic dude. He'll take your chick, though. He will take your chick. He will take your chick.
Good job, Dax. Good job. Deuce also said Bostic or Mayo checking any slot guy.
Any slot guy.
That'll do it. All right. Most Creative Play Award. Most Creative Play. We saw a variety of plays. We did see a lot of them. I mean, even just out the gun in the Jaguars game, we saw a lot. And then they disappeared for about 5 weeks.
The Jags
game. Taylor Heineke came back in.
Front. The Lions game was too.
Yeah. To me, so I'll start this one off. I looked at this one as not a creative play, but a creative set of plays. And I just got to go back to the Jaguars game. The plays that were called during that game were so creative. We saw Curtis Samuel getting the ball on a jet sweep. Curtis Samuel getting the ball up the middle. We didn't have Brian Robinson, but they used Antonio Gibson as a receiver. Like, it was very, very creative. So I'm binning a bunch of plays into one game, and I'm going to say the Jaguars play scheme is going to be the most creative play. I know there's more, but I just like that one the most. So, Phil, I'll turn it over to you.
Armani Rogers running a tight end sweep.
Yep,
against the
Vikings.
Yeah. I remember that one. That's a good one.
Go out of the quarterback sneak formation, right? They threw it out to Armani.
No, it was like they just literally handed it off to him. It was a jet sweep.
Yeah,
jet tight end sweep.
I thought they were like lined up like they was going to run it over the quarterback.
That was a good one.
Handed it off to Armani
for sure. I had that one in my head. There was
Didn't we try to run that with Inman one time and he got fucked up?
With who?
You remember Inman? That was your boy's favorite receiver.
Oh, Ellie's favorite receiver.
Yeah, Ellie's receiver.
Dontrell Inman.
Dontrell.
Remember we ran that play and he got creamed. You never seen him again.
That was also
it wasn't Inman. It
the
was
the Liberty product. Antonio Gandy Golden.
No. Andy Golden got yards. Inman got smacked in back.
He got like 20 yards and then got
Inman got smacked behind the line of scrimmage, bro. Inman got smacked up.
AGG got smacked out of the league. He got smacked out of a career on that hit.
Is AGG not in the league at all? Nobody picked him up?
What's up?
Nobody picked Gandy Golden up?
No, he retired. Oh. He went back to school to finish his degree.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, back to class,
man. So yeah, who we giving this award to? We kind of all have kind of three ranging ones. I don't think we have a clear cut winner.
Chat.
Anybody in chat have
suggestions?
Have a double up for? I just said the whole Jaguar scheme. Phil has the Armani Rogers end around. Dev, I don't know what your nomination was. If we don't have anything, we'll just have to move on because we don't.
I'm going to go with Armani Rogers.
Armani Rogers. So that's 2. All right.
I remember that one the most.
Going once, going twice. The award goes to Armani Rogers end around for the most creative play. All right, next one is the biggest hit. The biggest hit. I wouldn't say we had a ton of memorable.
Oh, we had one
crazy hits.
We had one.
We had one
unanimous
that really got it.
Oh yeah,
Dev, we'll start with you.
It's Forrest.
Forrest?
The hit.
I remember the hit.
What you're talking about? I can't think of who he hit though.
I got a different. Okay, you have the Derek Forrest. I don't remember what game it was, but it was a game where he knocked the ball loose, right? And it
and ended up winning.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what game that was, but Phil, you and I are probably thinking the same hit. I'll say suplex,
gut wrench suplex.
Yes,
Jaguars. That's where he got hit.
Okay.
Derek Forrest.
Phil and I are both on the same page. We say the John Ridgeway suplex. Was it the first Giants or second? No, I'm sorry, Texans game. Texans game where totally unnecessary. Picks.
Oh, it was very necessary.
Picks the dude up, flips him over.
As someone who played football and attempted to be a professional wrestler, I got chub over that one. That was that got me butt-sized.
Wait a minute, you attempted to be a professional wrestler? What was your fucking wrestling name?
The Revolting Blob?
No. I was in decent shape back then. I was about 6'1", about 215.
You know that reference, right?
Man, y'all crazy. Yeah. I'm looking at this for Derek Forrest.
I went by the ring name of Trent Phoenix.
Trent Phoenix. Sounds like a porn, like an adult stunt double, man. An adult film.
Sounds like a gay stunt cock in a gay movie. Sounds like a stunt double in a gay movie.
Well, in 2002 it was a good name.
I'm Trent Phoenix.
Hey man, I'm sorry. Derek Forrest hitting the Jaguars running back, man, was the best hit.
It was a great hit, but it wasn't a suplex.
He created a turnover. He created a turnover and we won by the touchdown, man.
Deuce is going back. Eifler in preseason was probably.
I don't remember that one.
Then that was a bad. I don't know if he's talking about the hit or the last category that we had, which was.
No, he was talking about the hit.
The hit. Yeah. Okay. Wait a minute, Phil. Professional wrestler?
Yeah, man.
Damn right.
So you got any pictures of that, by the way?
Or it didn't happen.
Someone has video somewhere. But you're talking about Richmond, Virginia, back in 2002.
So you telling me that on the next episode when you do the intro, you gotta do it in your wrestling.
Yep.
What's your
Deuce
name?
has it.
Gay
Trent Phoenix
Was that
sounds
his-
like VHS under the mattress movie flick. It sounds like the one that we used to double record and sell for $5.
Trent Phoenix sounds like he sells mattresses. Come on down to Trent Phoenix.
Mattresses and his love stick in a movie.
Come on down here. We got the best mattresses in town. Trent Phoenix.
All right, so we have 2 for the suplex and only 1 for the Derek Forrest. I don't think we have any other nominees. So the biggest hit goes to John Ridgway and his suplex of Damian Pierce in the Texans game, fellas.
That was actually in my moveset too. That gut wrench suplex. That was one of the moves I actually hit on people. That's why I was like, oh my God, he did it perfectly in a football game. Because I'm like, that's a move that like literally normally if you're in the ring, you gotta get someone to cooperate because you're literally lifting them up by their gut. Like you got your arm around their gut and you're lifting them up. You got to turn over and drop them.
Trent Phoenix sounds like a superhero on the WB.
WWB.
Racist fucking ass frog. But still, man. Hello, my darling. Hello. Don't watch the colors, make you laugh. It's like WB basically.
All right, next
Black
category.
Go to die.
Most memorable moment
WB
of the 2023 season. Most memorable moment. This one's pretty vague, so it can go a multitude of ways. So Phil, let's start with you. Most memorable moment of 2023.
Defeating the NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles.
That was my number 2.
Handing Jalen Hurts his only loss as a starter this season.
Whooped his ass doing it.
We did it.
Is that the Trent
Dallas
Phoenix voice?
No, but this is me. This is look. Y'all can't tell. I mean, God, I cut promos on here all the time, but we did it. Wasn't Dallas?
It was us.
Wasn't the Giants? Wasn't the 49ers? It was us. We did it.
Dev, most memorable most memorable moment of 2023.
I would say honestly, the Howell start his only start of the year, the last game of the year. I think that's a
good one.
That's the most memorable. That's the game that I think has the most importance going into next year, in my opinion. That's the game everybody's going to look at when they're talking about next season. That's the game everybody's going to look back at their quarterback and say this is where it started. So I'm going with the Howell start.
It's the game that's basically they're giving him QB1 for.
Yeah.
Going into next season. Deuce says the Payne tip, left hand up to Fuller end zone pick, beating the Eagles. So that kind of lines with Phil.
Actually, that was beating the Falcons.
Yeah, that was beating the Falcons. We beat the shit out of the Eagles. We didn't need to.
I'm sorry. These could be 2 separate moments in one. I probably could have just read it wrong.
Oh, okay. Maybe
most memorable moment is not a positive one. Mine is when Ron Rivera said after the loss to the Cleveland Browns that he didn't know his team could be eliminated after losing to the Browns. That's why he started Carson Wentz. That is my most memorable moment. So, okay, so Deuce was saying that was his number.
I really did.
So we have mine, which is Ron didn't know we could be eliminated. We have Dev with the Sam Howell start, and we have Phil with the basically beating the Eagles. So it sounds like you and Deuce are kind of on the
prime
same page.
time.
In prime time. So I think we have ourselves a victor. Most memorable moment was beating the NFC champions, Philadelphia Eagles, which is cool. DH says under the matter tape is crazy. That's Trent Phoenix for you, man.
The worst part is that when I was doing this is back when people had VHS tapes.
You know what, Phil? From this day
I think
forward,
that's just called porn.
You're Trent Phoenix to me.
What kind of outfit did you have on? Yeah, you got to change your name on here to Trent Phoenix.
Nah, I used to wrestle in jeans, man. I
You
used
were,
retro jeans.
you were a gene wrestler.
You were like Stone Cold and Undertaker and shit. You
Nah, well, yeah, but that was, you gotta remember, it was 02. So, like,
got like Rob Van Dam, bro.
Hey, Trent Phoenix is up there with like Lance Storm and
yeah.
you know,
that's what I was
Bobby
going for,
Laser.
man.
What was Dirk Diggler's name on the fucking
American Gladiators?
on what's that movie with Dirk Diggler? You know what I'm talking about? The fucking
Boogie
Boogie
Nights.
Boogie Nights. What was his character on there when they were him and old dude was trying to do the little movies and shit?
I do not remember. He was Dirk Diggler.
Brock Landers. Brock Landers.
Dude says Val Venus.
His name was Brock Chestwell, Brock Chestwell or some shit like that, man.
Hello, lady.
Brock Chestwell.
Shout out to
I
Trent Phoenix.
I could do some Val Venus promos.
Val Venus.
Hello, lady.
Who was better though, Val Venus or fucking Ravishing Rick Rude?
Oh, Rick Rude.
Rick Rude.
Show,
he had like a 15 pack.
What else? Get Mississippi fat hog women out here. And they're like, what the hell, dude? He was crazy, son.
What I like right
kissing
now,
his wives and throwing them back in the crowd and shit.
for all you fat, out of shape, high rolling Atlantic City sweat hogs, keep the noise down as I take off my robe and give the ladies a look at the sexiest man alive. Hit my music.
Ravishing Rick Rude. Don't copyright us. That was off the cuff.
Man, the Godfather of this whole trip. Back when you could actually say ho on national TV, man, that was pretty cool. He'd walk out in the ring with the hose.
DT, the Godfather, and DH and his whole train. There you go.
A lighter fatty for this pimp daddy.
Ho's been winning since 1980, man.
You knew it. All right, next category, the most inspirational moment of the year. I have a feeling we'll probably all navigate towards the same one. So, Phil, let's start with you.
Brian Robinson. Enough said.
Dev.
What?
The most inspirational moment of the year.
I was like, what is going on? Inspirational moment?
I'm going to go Brian Robinson coming back in the Bears game.
That's too easy, man.
That is too easy. What other inspiration is there?
That's too
Taylor
easy.
Heineke being the Moxie madness man he is.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, B-Rob running out to many.
It has to be that, I guess. Yeah,
That's
it has to be that one.
That's an easy one. Most inspirational moment of the year goes to B-Rob. Coming back from getting shot in the leg, five.
You should have kept out the 8 round though. You only get one shot.
Little 8 mile action.
You know,
knees weak. Oh man! Hey, well, we got the Super Bowl coming up, and we just want to give you guys an opportunity that you should take before Super Bowl Sunday. Pete. What's up, Commanders fam? Are you ready for the biggest Sunday in sports? DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 57, has all the Super Bowl action you need. New customers can bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, all customers can get in on the Super Bowl 57 excitement with DraftKings Happy Hour Super Boosts. Check the DraftKings Sportsbook app every day between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to see what prop bet will be boosted. Me personally, I like the Eagles at -1.5. I'm taking the under at 51 points, and I like Travis Kelce to be an anytime touchdown scorer. That's right. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code TPPN. New customers can bet $5 on Super Bowl 57 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code TPPN. That's Tango Papa November. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. And we back. Yeah, the line is -1.5 for Philadelphia, if you haven't already noticed. That's crazy.
Man, Philadelphia's going to beat the shit out of
I'm taking -1.5 Philly. I'm taking the under at 51, and I'm taking Travis Kelce for anytime touchdown score. That's crazy. I thought the Chiefs would be favorites, but
Why would you think the Chiefs would be favorites?
Because
playing
of Patrick
four-
Mahomes.
They're playing 4 rookie defensive backs that last in NFL in receiving touchdowns against.
I don't like to bet against
another
Patrick
receiver in the
Mahomes.
league in touchdowns. They can't
I
stop
don't
the
like to
run.
bet against Patrick Mahomes.
Like it's
I don't
over.
know.
Dog. Like they can only pass to win, and the Eagles have the best pass defense, one of the best pass defenses in NFL history right now.
Yeah,
They have
were
4
going up
guys
against
that's going to the
guys
Pro
like,
Bowl. They got Pro
Taylor
Bowl
Madison.
nods, man, and the best one is a slot guy who didn't get the Pro Bowl nod. They have
Yeah.
5 guys that got 10 plus sacks, and 4 defensive backs made the Pro Bowl. And and Kansas City don't run. Sounds like a blowout to me. I'm just saying. I know we're
blowout
not
for
going to see
Philly?
each other again before the game, so sounds like I'm just calling it now. Blowout, 30-point win, Eagles. It's happening. I love Mahomes, man. He's the GOAT. He's going to be the
He's
GOAT.
GOAT.
He's going to be the GOAT, man.
I will bet in favor of Patrick Mahomes until Patrick Mahomes gives me a reason not to.
He's giving you one every year
I'm
for the last
taking
3 years.
Chiefs. I'm taking the Chiefs for the win.
He's going to win.
He's lost in the playoffs every year for the last 3 years. What are you talking about? He's giving you a bunch of reasons not to believe he's going to win in the big game. He's giving you a bunch of them.
Hold on. He's been to 2 Super Bowls already and won one of them.
All right. So what's he been playing? 4 years? 4 years? 5 years? 5 years in, 4 years playing, right?
Yeah.
All right. So the other 2 he lost in the playoffs. Okay. He has 1 Super Bowl though, so he lost 3 times in the playoffs.
This is Mahomes' second Super Bowl.
Third.
Yeah, but
Third.
What's
Yeah,
third?
1-1, lost 1.
Well,
Won
yeah,
one,
it's
lost
1-1, lost 1. But I'm saying
lost 1.
that's a loss though.
Yeah.
So I don't think it'll be his fault, but ain't nothing you can do, man. Like if the Eagles know you're going to pass, man, it's like throwing deer meat in the shark water. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way you're going to win that.
We know they can't stop the run.
Yeah. Yeah.
DH says our new OC going to scheme 24-17 over the Sheagles.
Ain't no way he comes here hey, the Colts are going to offer him the job, man. They're going to offer him head coach. The Colts are going to offer him head coach, man.
Oh, don't say that.
I'm telling you that's going to happen. The Colts
we have plenty of OC talk moving forward. Let's get back to our awards. Least clutch player. I'll start this one off. So for me, the least clutch player, Dax Milne. Anytime we think we needed some field flipping, we needed just a return of like a little bit. I feel
like y'all beating on the coochie smuggler, bro.
I'm going the least clutch player on this team for 2023 is Dax Milne.
Dak the coochie smuggler. Definitely. Yes. I don't think so, man. He doesn't drop punts, man.
I got one.
Bill, who's your least clutch player of 2023?
I got a guy who was so clutch he didn't even make it to the end of the season. William Jackson III.
Ooh.
I don't care.
Single-handedly being removed made our defensive backfield so much better.
Yeah.
How not clutch are you that your removal from the team makes an entire unit of the defense infinitely better?
That was like when Landon Collins was out last year. The defense got better, and then they brought him back and put him inside and continued the trend. Yeah. Dev, do you have a least clutch player of 2023?
I'm going Noel. It seems like every big game he had.
That was my number 2. That was my number 2.
Horrible play. Like he would just let something happen. Yeah, probably him. I was on the fence with Joey Sly though, bro.
Really?
Yeah, he misses a lot of extra points. I feel like, or some shit.
He was also. Here's the funny thing: we all like dog Sly, and he was the NFC Special Teams Player of the Month.
Well, I'm talking about like you remember like the reason Ron went for 2 is because he didn't trust the fucking kicker, man. There for like a small stretch, you couldn't fucking trust Joey Sly, man.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's inconsistent, but he had clutch moments. William Jackson III, all he did was ever get burnt or commit a pass interference penalty.
Trey Turner had that one horrible game, but he was okay after that. He was like, all right, okay, combined, like okay.
Nick Martin
probably could win this, man. Because we
was my number 2
token outfit change.
Snap the ball. Like the most fundamental
Moxies.
The thing that makes you a center is snapping the ball. You know what I'm saying?
All the centers, non-clutch. We got DH says Scott Turner, also a
Man,
fair.
ding, ding. Dontrell wins, bro. You
The
won.
complete opposite.
You won,
of
dog.
Clutch.
The defense rest. I have no argument. You
Dude
won.
says Trey Turner, Norwell, Cosme, all the centers.
Nah,
Basically
man.
the whole old line. I would navigate that
it's
to
Scott
Trey
Turner,
Turner
man.
and Norwell.
Scott Turner won, man. He's right. Absolutely.
Not
Not
well.
a player.
We're gonna call Norwell not well.
Not well.
That's
Dowell. More like it, Dowell.
more like not well. That's up there with Trent Phoenix, man.
Nah,
forgetting
Trent Phoenix
that.
stands alone, man. You got a tag team partner, bro?
My tag team partner.
Who was his
I was
name?
I was in a couple tag team matches. I mean, I had a grand total of about 21 matches.
What was your tag team name?
I didn't know. Hit Squad.
The Hit Squad.
Hit Squad, man. It was me and my buddy Kurt, who's been in the chat a couple of times.
What's his name?
Cabot?
What's his wrestling name?
He used to go out there. He first went out there. He just went by the name Furio because he was a big fan of The Sopranos.
Furio.
Foodie.
Let me tell you something though. Let me tell you something about.
Y'all have anybody have gimmicks like the Undertaker and shit?
No, this is all indie wrestling back in the early 2000s. Everybody was trying to be like real.
Dude says, "Where's the tape? I gotta see it." Hey, that's content, Phil. Find the footage so we can post it.
I will hit up this guy Jay who used to run the whole thing. See if he still got the tapes from 20 years ago.
Dude, I want to wrestle now, man. I just want to be a manager like Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Here's the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing. All right,
I want to be like Black Paul Bear.
If you've watched enough wrestling, you know what a moonsault is, right? You know what a moonsault is?
Moonsault?
You know what a moonsault is?
No.
It's basically you go to the top rope and you backflip and it's chest to chest splash the guy that you're hitting, right?
Yeah.
Kurt at the time was 6'3" and about 285, right?
No.
He was the only person I would trust to do that, and he could hit it picture perfect. Like he was way bigger than me, but he was way more athletic than I was. I wasn't like terribly athletic.
I don't want some hairy ass man with no shirt on sweating on me, man. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, well, when you look, we used to perform in like high school gyms and bars. Like that's where our stuff was at, right? And I got a funny story about an incident at a bar with Kurt getting clocked in the head with the wrong beer mug.
Oh man.
He it was supposed to be like a sugar glass mug because he got one of those from the props department at VCU down in Richmond because he was in the theater program there, so he could get to the props department. Like, oh, this is great. Give it to this. He's like, we told the guy who was going to smash him with it, hey, grab the mug from the guy with the red hat. Right. I took a bump. I'm down on the ground. I'm down on the mat. Perfect to watch Kurt take this smash, right? Because this is going to be like the big moment because it was like just this big brawl at the end of the night, main event stuff. Just everybody, break out the hardcore shit. All of a sudden, I see the mug in the guy's hand, hits Kurt in the head, and you just hear this really sickening thunk, and it cracked and it broke some. And I'm like, but that was not the right sound. That's not what that's a sound like. It should shatter. It should be like, psh. It was. I was like, oh,
hey man, this could only go two ways. Watch it.
What happened when he grabbed the guy? We went to the guy like, why didn't you grab the right mug? He goes, I went to the guy. And we're like, what are you talking about? This guy? We're like, who'd you go to? He goes, I went to that redheaded guy in the front row. He grabbed a beer mug from a guy with red hair instead of a guy with a red hat. So he grabbed the wrong beer mug and just clocked him.
Man, dude, the wrong dude was probably like, it's really real. It's real.
It's really real.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, Kurt, we pulled a shard of glass out of Kurt's forehead.
Oh man!
Like I saw him. His eyes are open. Nobody's home. Lights are on. Nobody home. It was just. And I'm like, I can't even go down and see if the dude's okay because I gotta sell the fact that I just got knocked, with a double sledge right to the back of the head.
Hold on, wrestling's fake.
Was Mickey Rourke there by any chance? And the auntie on Spider-Man because she's.
Let's get back to these awards here. We have a few left before we finish up here. Least clutch player.
You're going nowhere.
I said
I got you for 3
Dax Milne. What are you guys saying for least clutch player? Dev,
I still say William Jackson.
We already did this.
William Jackson. That's fair.
I forgot what I said.
I don't know what you said either.
You said Norwell. You said
All the
everybody.
offensive line.
No,
Goose did all the
I
offensive
agree.
line.
No, I agree. I agree. Scott Turner.
Scott Turner.
Dontrell said Scott Turner. He won, man. The least
right.
clutch player from all.
I think that's
Scott.
it. The Yays have it.
Scott motherfucking Turner.
Least clutch player. He's not really a player, but he's calling plays. So there's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Scott Turner gets the least clutch player.
Motherfucking Turner.
All right. We had a couple categories that are very similar. I don't think we're going to hit those up because they're almost exactly the same. We had at least athletic player. That's almost like the athletic ineptitude. We also had
I'm going Cheeseman on that.
spectacular tackle, which is almost like biggest hit. So I think we'll go to the most unsung hero of the year.
I'm going to surprise you.
Most unsung hero of the year.
I'm going to surprise you.
Dev.
Taylor Heineke.
Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey,
Wow.
backup quarterback, won some games, got the mojo going. I give him props, man. Other than that, terrible job, kid.
He was on the Pat McAfee show today.
I wanna watch that
If
too.
you're on Twitter,
I saw some
go check
clips
out
of it.
Command This. But I think it was posted in our Twitter DM group too.
Yeah. I wanna see
But
this.
on the Pat McAfee show, he was on there and he just hyped up Sam Howell. It hyped me up listening to what he was talking about Sam Howell. He was like, dude was a first round talent the year before. And then, but yeah. Okay. So Dev is nominating Taylor Heineke as the unsung hero of the year. I would have given it to him in 2020. Not so much this year. Phil, who's your unsung hero of the year?
I'm going to say Curtis Samuel.
Curtis
Really?
Samuel. Okay.
Let me explain.
All
I
right.
like Curtis though. That's one of my favorite players, by the way.
We talk so much about our wide receivers. He's the third guy mentioned every time. Yet, he was second on the team in receptions. He ran the ball effectively. He was a multi-purpose player, total Swiss Army knife kind of guy. But he still got overshadowed by Terry. And Jahan would get more burn in terms of, oh my God, he's so great. You didn't get that kind of same hype for Curtis Samuel. Like, oh yeah, Curtis could do a lot of things too. But if you look at the numbers, he was very productive. A lot more productive than you may realize. So I would say Curtis Samuel, unsung hero.
Curtis Samuel. Okay. So Phil has Curtis Samuel as the unsung hero. Dev, who did you have again?
Moxie.
Taylor
Moxie
Heineke.
boy.
I'm going with Derek Forrest. Derek Forrest is my unsung hero of the year for 2023. I
don't know. I thought he was sung pretty highly.
He was sung pretty highly, but I took this category as someone who we didn't, truly expect to be like flourish, but he played so well this year. And, 54 solo tackles, 4 interceptions, 9 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles. That kid was balling out of control. To me, he's my unsung hero of 2023. Yeah. So I'm interested to see what anyone else says in the chat. We have about 30 seconds before we'll close this one out. Who is your unsung hero of 2023? Help us figure this out. I got Derek Forrest. Dev has Taylor Heineke. My memory's terrible. Phil has Curtis Samuel.
Easily could put Jeremy Reeves in there.
You could put Jeremy. Also played extremely well on special teams.
All-pro will.
All-pro. DH says, Defo definitely didn't expect his production. Yeah, I don't think anybody did, man. Battled some injuries last year. Deuce saying Ridgeway, unsung hero. That's another good one, too.
Ridgeway probably started this year.
Ridgeway was up there for me.
Yeah. But in the absence of more comments, myself and DH, we have Defo. So I guess the award goes to Derek Forrest. Sorry, I missed.
I thought of another name right before you did that.
Who?
Jamin Davis.
Jamin Davis. Yeah, Jamin Davis played. Yeah, he had a great year.
A lot of people had already written him off. He was already.
I love me some Jamin
label
Davis.
Put on him.
We'll give him a consolation prize. Look at the clap. Jamin Davis played very well. There was a lot of pressure on him as the 19th overall pick 2 years ago, and I feel like he's picking it up. And I feel like was it next year? But year 3, he's just going to continue to go up. You know what I'm saying? DH is saying Most improved, Jamin Davis. Yeah, we didn't have a category for most improved. We probably should have did that. Let's just do it now. Most improved player. Anyone have
Jamin Davis?
Any person besides Jamin Davis? Dev, do you have a most improved player outside of Jamin Davis?
I'm going St. Juice.
Ooh,
I think he was a border. You know, his first year rather here. He was supposed to look like he might have been a player for us, and he got hurt, the concussions, and didn't play. Then this year when he got the plan, man, he became our best corner. So I'm going to go with him. I don't trust his injury history going forward, but hey, you know.
DH is going with Deron Payne as the most improved
Payne was already
player.
good. That was a first-round pick. Can't be most improved.
He was good, but he wasn't as good this
year.
He was
probably our second best player last year on defensive line. He's probably our second best player this year.
Them guys in the contract years, man, they like Montez Sweat this coming year is going to all out. Watch Montez get like 20 sacks. It's coming. Just wait. It's coming.
Nobody's blitzing.
I will take it. I will take it.
It's coming. All right. Final category of the year, unless we as a collective group come up with any other ones. Phil, this was off the cuff. We didn't have this one before. Moxie Man of the Year. Final category for the Command This 2023 inaugural The Moxie.
Who was the Moxiest?
Who was the Moxiest of all the Moxies of 2023 for the Washington Commanders? Phil.
Derek Forrest.
Derek Forrest, Moxie Man of the Year, nominee for Phil.
Low round draft pick.
Who get defense and offense?
Really, really good safety who, was the spearhead of that defensive backfield, forcing turnovers, getting hits. We didn't expect that. We weren't looking for that. And he comes out here and he says, nah. I'm going to show you how good I could be. And you should not have counted me out after last year. Boom. Derek Forrest.
By the way, I agree with that. That's mine also. Derek Forrest. I can't go against it. For all the reasons you said, Derek Forrest went from something to nothing, man. He did it with guts. He's out there playing his butt off, man. Single deep safety in the box safety, guarding in the slot sometimes. He was doing it all. So I'm going to give it to him, man. Derek Forrest, you are the Moxiest of Moxie.
DH is going Taylor Heineke.
I agree. That would have been my second choice, man.
Deuce is going Dax Milne, the ladies' man.
You got to go Taylor.
Is subjective. So Moxie is whatever. There's a Webster's dictionary definition of Moxie.
Taylor has no physical talent, bro, and he seems to win
Montez
6-7 games
from
a year.
Facebook said number 4, stay in, let's go. Just kidding. What's up? Of course, DH is poking fun at Deuce. Monty said, I picked Derek Forrest also and number 4. Me, I'm going number 4, Taylor Heineke. That dude, we created this word for him.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that doesn't have Moxie anymore. He has pixie dust.
Well, that was
I will take
Monday
Moxie over pixie dust any day.
Pixie dust. So I'm saying Taylor Heineke is the Moxie Man of the Year for 2023. We had Moxie Mondays when he became the starter for this team. When we won, we had Moxie Mondays. I'm picking Taylor Heineke.
I'm waiting on the first person to call. They're going to call Hal Moxie. The first time he makes a scramble play for 5 yards, they're going to say he has Moxie.
Hal just has ability. He just has ability.
They're going to say it's Moxie.
In this term, I believe you have the ability.
The baller.
You can overcome the adversity of not having the
Let's just be honest. We're all adults here. Moxie means white.
Listen,
I mean, I'm just saying.
Hey, don't.
I'm just saying. You ever heard somebody say, "Oh man, look at Lamar Jackson. He has Moxie."
Listen. We will have a
that.
podcast topic in the off season. Okay, it'll be called the All Moxie Pod. Okay, we'll be doing another word show. Trust me.
All white fantasy football team one time.
You know,
it's already happening. It's already playing.
You talk about Moxie. I'm glad they brought this up. Do you know who I always thought was a guy who defined the word, Moxie, high motor, great effort
Cole
guy?
Beasley, Julian Edelman, Ryan Kerrigan.
Mr.
Skin and Bones right now. He's so thin.
Ryan Kerrigan does not look like he played defensive end in this league right now.
No, but you know what? He doesn't have to keep the weight on, so good for him.
Nah, he's smart.
Yeah. All right, so we have Phil and Dev said Defoe. I said Taylor Heineke.
I think it's
DH said Taylor Heineke, but Monty said Derek Force. So that's 3-2. Moxie Man of the Year for 2023 does not go to Taylor Heineke. It goes to Defoe Derek Forrest. Yeah, we're giving it to Derek Forrest, man.
I think of Doug Flutie, by the way, when I think of Moxie, man.
Doug Flutie. Yeah, he's the king of Moxie. Doug Flutie for sure. The little
you actually had you could say had a lot of Moxie back in the day was Brian Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank, what's the name that used to play play quarterback for San Fran?
Jerry Garcia. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about, though. That's what I'm talking about, though.
Jeff Garcia.
Yeah, Jeff Garcia. Not Jeff Garcia.
Jeff Garcia, yeah. I never liked him, and then I heard him mic'd up, and then I really didn't.
God, it sounds like this.
Let's go get a box.
He was smashing playmates.
One final thought, fellas, before we close out. Last topic. We'll spend like 2 minutes on, and we'll close out. So it's been 1 year after 2/2/22 where they announced the Commanders and rolled everything out. Real quick, and for those in the chat, what's your thoughts so far? We're 1 year into this rebrand. I don't see us going back, new owner or not. We are who we are. We are who we thought we are.
Well,
how do y'all feel about just everything? You know, we folded the Redskins, became the Washington football team, transition, and then we launched the Commanders. So, Phil, I'll start with you just real quick, 30 seconds. How do you feel about the 1 year anniversary of 2/2/22 overall?
Well, I mean, I didn't throw any parties or anything, but I am perfectly fine with the name. I'm perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
Look, is it the greatest name in the world? No. I had the same opinion as I had said now. It is a perfectly acceptable name for this team. You know, I like the fact that Dontrell says it best. We got an organic fan chant and fan move with the left hand up, right?
Hey, that deserves a Moxie itself award. Left hand up guys. You should send the Moxie award to the left hand up guys, bro.
Yeah.
They did have a genuine fan experience.
I mean, you know, they had the most Moxie of all the fans because they did that. Well, they did that at a time that this fan base was not nearly as on board with the name as they are now.
Yeah.
People got on board with the name. A lot of people did with the left hand up.
And everybody's like, it's corny, but it's supposed to be corny. There's not a team fight song that isn't corny. It's not one, man. They're all a little zany, a little nutty. You know what I'm saying? A little corny. You know, they're all
what's the difference? I mean, would you rather go fly, Eagles fly?
The only dope one is Black and Yellow, and that's the only song I know of that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because somebody else
shout out
did
to
it.
Wiz, by the way. Yeah. That's the only song I know. Like, I like it.
As we kick the music on.
I mean, nobody even knows that Lil Wayne did Green and Yellow.
Black and Yellow was dope. Tripping. I don't know none of the words.
It's called Green and Yellow.
Black and Yellow. That's how I'm singing.
Dev, what's your take on the 2/2/22? How do y'all feel? DH, Deuce, Monty, you're still around.
Yeah, I love the name, by the way. I like the name, and I don't love it. I like it. You know, I love the Redskins, but you know, I actually like the Washington football team more. But I'm cool with Commanders, man.
We're minorities. Phil does not agree with us in that boat. We are 2-1 in that respect.
We're like Red Wolves a little.
It fits perfect with Sam Howell.
Yeah, Howell. The Wolf theme part. They need to do like the stadiums, like
such
like All Pro 2K used to do. You know, in immersive stadiums.
Amazon Field at RFK. Can see it now.
Yeah,
can see it now.
Well, are you guys watching Ant-Man next week?
If it's on
no, I'm talking about the movie theater, man. And the Ant-Man.
I will be in Loudoun County next week.
What are y'all doing for Valentine's Day for y'all ladies since that's coming up? I'm talking to y'all about then.
Not sure yet. Got a few gifts. I got 3 kids, so we usually got to do something all together as a family. So we haven't figured that out yet.
Damn, you gotta do Valentine's Day with the family. That's terrible.
I mean,
Sounds like a terrible time, Steve.
It's not like you can I could just take my wife and go out to a great day. Babysitters are hard to find. So to us, a perfect night is like sitting outside, having some drinks, a little bonfire. Kids are just beating the piss out of each other in the backyard, and that's fun to us.
I feel bad.
Night was a perfect night for that too.
Yeah. I feel bad because I'm just gonna break out the sex swing. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That's my go-to move, buddy. You know.
I got reservations at an Italian restaurant, all that good stuff. So.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Rafferty's and sex swing. That's it.
So when we meet next week, I mean, it will be past Valentine's Day, so we'll have to have a Valentine's Day recap, especially with Trent Phoenix. I want to know how it goes. Trent Phoenix, I'm not gonna let you. You know what?
AKA the sex cannon.
Shout out to Trent Phoenix, Phil's alter ego. We were never gonna let down. Trent Phoenix his house.
This podcast brought to you by those two infamous words. Booyah!
And that was
a catchphrase. Booyah!
That was one I tried out.
You stole that, man. That's not the original catchphrase.
No, but you see, they always said I got two words for you. Mine was this pro. I would say,
I gotta make you some intro music now.
And those words were brought to you by those two infamous words. Booyah!
We getting Trent, motherfucking Phoenix on the podcast as a guest, bro. We getting intro music and everything. We're gonna get him on here, man.
That's
got
right.
a belt.
My intro music was Triumph by Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh shit.
Ooh. Good song.
That's gonna be fun. I gotta see the videos of this shit.
Shout out to Deuce, Chris McDaniel, DH, Monty, Nathan Perry from Ref the District. Smaller crowd tonight, but thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. We appreciate y'all for this award show. I know it'll probably get picked up a lot more on the replay on YouTube, but please go like and subscribe to the channel. Also, you can find this podcast on any of your major audio podcast platforms. Just Google it. We're out there. Apple, Google, Spotify, iHeart, Odyssey, you name it. We're on there. This will be posted around midnight tonight. So we appreciate you. Deuce says, shout out to that mattress. Trent Phoenix. And DHL said, the Mattress Tape Chronicles. That's right. I think I kept mine under the couch in the basement, which is pretty risky because that's where everyone operated out of. So, yeah, shame on me.
You ever know when you get out with the bad VHS tapes? You could hide them for years and your parents never find it. You know where you get caught at? Where? In the damn VCR, bro.
That's
time.
Another funny story is,
say
Kurt came home from college one time, and his mom had cleaned up his old bedroom, and he went up to he was like, "Oh, I'm going to find out where everything is." Opens up his top drawer, and right there is one of his VHS tapes. And it was called Finally Fucked.
Oh, gross. Dude, those are the best ones that were named after real movies like Schindler's Fist.
He stops. This dude's already white, and he goes,
"What's eating Gilbert's taint?"
He goes ghost white. And then his mom's like, "Oh yeah, I put away those tapes for you too." I'm like,
right, y'all got any shout outs before we close it down? Any shout outs?
Shout out to the Finally Fucked tape. No.
Ew. I saw a VHS tape one time called That's a Nice Vagina. That was the name of it.
We're after 15 minutes. I guess we're okay for monetization.
But that's weird.
Shout out to really badly named porn compilations. Yeah. Shout out to everybody who joined us. Shout out to everybody who's followed us all season. Season's about to come to an end, but that doesn't mean we're going to come to an end. We're going to be bringing that off-season content for you. And this is where it gets really fun because now we're not just talking about the team. We're going to talk about whatever else we want to talk about. So we can talk about VHS mattress tapes. We can talk about professional wrestling. We can talk about drinking. We can talk about movies. We can talk about everything. This is where the podcast gets fun.
Barbershops.
We're going to keep you entertained and informed and enlightened because that's what we do.
That's what we do.
What you got, Dev? Let's close this out.
Am I froze?
Nope, we got you.
Okay. A shout out to this DLSR. Way over my head for that. Thanks for that. But I also want to shout out because we just learned that our famous co-host Phil is a wrestler, and I'm gonna have so much fun with that for the rest of our careers doing this shit.
Phoenix.
Trent, motherfucker Phoenix, dog.
Yeah.
What would your wrestling name be, Steve, if you were a wrestler?
Me? I don't know. Not a
Mr. Fiji? Nah, racist. That was racist.
Ricky
that
the Dragon
racist.
Steamboat.
I knew it was racist as soon as I got the Fuji part out. I was like, damn it, that's racist. That was racist, man. I'm sorry. I apologize. Don't cancel me.
Raiden.
Go use
it. Lee.
Jesus, that's mine. I call Jesus. That's my wrestling name. You know?
Hey, if you made it this far, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you. We love to do the banter on the show. Yes. Shout out to Jeezy. We'll be back next week. We have reduced our show are down to one live stream and maybe some off pre-recorded content. So please stay tuned for that next week. We appreciate you tuning in to this award show. This is the first for us. Hopefully we make the next one bigger. So as always, we appreciate you guys. Stay tuned. Peace and hail. We out. Cheers.